Okay, here we're talking about inspections and regulatory searches. And this is when you go into the airport or any place that they deem to be a security risk, right? So they talk about border searches, airport searches, and search of any prisoners that come and go. Now, this is my mom. This is not my mom, but this is what happened to my mom. Me and her going through the airport. Looks like this little old lady, and she's holding on to my arm, right? I'm walking her across. And they're like, ma'am, we need to search you. And I'm like, she is a little old lady, but they're going to search her anyway, right? And that's what they do. They start cupping her breast, making sure that she doesn't have any bombs on her. And so it's like they don't discriminate because people get so frustrated, like, oh my God, they're searching me for no reason, right? When you have to have a reason by law to search people. So if you're going to board an airplane, then you're going to have to be subject to search, period. Okay? So I talked about the search warrant earlier, right? That is from a magistrate. They sign it. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and the truth about your warrant, that all the information you have is correct and accurate, and you want to search a person's place, right? You establish a reason that you need to search the place, telling where you want to search. Again, you can't just go in the house and search every nook and crevice looking for something. There's got to be a reason you're searching for a certain item. How is it connected to the crime? I can't just say, oh, I'm going to go find cell phones. Well, what does a cell phone have to do with the crime? You have to articulate the way the cell phone is linked to the crime. All right? The time and manner and execution, 7 a.m., knock, 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 all door knocks, 7 o'clock in the morning, right? And you can't put it by 10 p.m. because if you go past 10 p.m., you have to get an exception to that. Okay, want you to watch this search warrant go down. I want you to tell me, because I love officer safety. My entire career was all about officer safety and how to stay alive, okay? Take quick, decisive action so you can go home every night. All right, so I'm going to play this video here, right? And it's a SWAT team acts on a tip of a search warrant. And I want you to tell me what the pros and cons of the search warrant are. Not the actual search warrant, the tactics. And watch and tell me what you think, okay? All right, here is just a little background of the person establishing the search warrant, because you get to tell all about yourself and how great you are. And when I was working in the gang unit looking for gang members, I articulated how I was a gang member expert. And as a gang member expert, I know that gang members will have bandanas and guns and their clothing all represented of what to look for. So clothing, right, to show that they're gang associated, I demonstrated my expertise as a gang, so I can look anywhere for clothing. Clothing can be hidden anywhere, right? So it made it really easy once I articulated that of what I can and cannot search, okay? All right. This is, again, the information you have can't be old. Somebody cannot tell you, oh my gosh, in that house there's 10 pounds of drugs, go in there and find it, and you hold on to that information 4, 5, 6 months and then go back and try to get a search warrant. The information has to be consistent all the time, right? Again, under oath and affirmation, do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, and but the truth, yes, and that is where you will find the drugs or whatever thing you're looking for connected to the crime. Again, probable cause. What's a probable cause based upon in order to get your search warrant? Again, describing the place to be searched and seized. All right. Time, place, and manner. I want you, okay, students Sally and Johnny, to tell me what Marion versus United States and Coolidge versus New Hampshire, all right? And tell me what you learned from those two case laws about that, all right? Exclusionary rule. Again, the exclusionary rule means that the evidence was illegally obtained, right? Even though, oh my gosh, I got this great arrest, I was able to find the gun that was used during the crime of all the robberies. That gun cannot be used unless you obtained it legally, even though everything matches, right? Maybe I worked a case where the two women were going into all these stores with guns, and they got to the point, they were dressing up like men, okay? So these two women dressed like men, they were putting the fake mustaches on and everything, putting their hair up and everything else, and they were using a gun in order to do their holdup, right? Well, as they were getting more and more into it, we're talking 10 or 15 robberies down the road, they started shooting the people, the cash register people, the cashiers behind the cash register, and they started shooting him for no reason. The cashier would say, I gave him the money, they shot at me anyway, right? So when we were searching the residence looking for these two girls, I had to describe where I was going to look for this gun or weapon. Now, if I did not put that in the search warrant and I came across this gun or weapon during the search, I cannot use it against them unless I articulated the reason why I needed to go in that house in order to get that gun. If I didn't have a search warrant, unless I got consent or exigent circumstances, it's not going to be admissible. All right, here's a nice little chart of admissible evidence. Okay, is the evidence an illegal, unreasonable search or seizure? No. Was there an independent source of evidence? Yes, it's admissible. No, inadmissible. Was discovery inevitable? Yes, meaning that no matter what, you were going to come upon the evidence one way or another down the line, and unless you didn't look, so that would be somewhere. Let's say, for instance, a knife that was used in an assault, okay? And so sooner or later, you were going to find that knife because it was discarded in the roadway one way or another. And some citizen found it and said, hey, there's a bunch of blood on this knife. And one way or another, you don't need a search warrant in order to get that knife because it was going to be found inevitably one way or another, okay? The police execute search warrant with good faith, believing they had a valid warrant warrant was required. Absolutely, right? If they did that on good faith, it's admissible. If no, they're just not following the rules, it's not going to be admissible. Okay, again, fruit of the poisonous tree. Tell me about Wong Song versus United States and Hudson versus Michigan. Tell me about the fruit or the evidence obtained as a result of a legal search. All right, tell me all about it. Here's another case law. Tell me all about it. And that's all you learned today. Congratulations, you know all about the Fourth Amendment. Good job, keep it up, a lot of copying, a lot of work to be done, but way to go. All right, see you guys next module. Bye-bye. Yes, Angel.